University of Georgia Cooperative Extension has been inspiring Georgians to grow for more than a century. But how do we grow as leaders? We must strive to become better teachers, communicators, and partners. We can't do it alone. Collaboration has always been at the heart of Extension. As society has changed, so has our work, but our mission is still the same: to be catalysts of change. True innovation comes from thinking outside previous solutions. This starts by helping one another, learning from one another. Let's take a look at 5 recent stories that may inspire you to collaborate to innovate.
So we've seen from growth in population that water resources are being impacted and are important right now to our state. We know that agriculture uses a tremendous amount of water. So we know that we've got to be more efficient when we irrigate.
The reason why we got involved in the AgWet project here in Jeff Davis County is because our growers spend a lot of time, money, and energy on water, and irrigating more effectively, efficiently, and more timely is very important to them.
So within Extension and college broadly, we have a lot of tools to help our farmers be more efficient when they irrigate. But we needed a concerted effort to get that information out to our county agents and through them to our farmers so that they can be as efficient as they can be when they do irrigate.
We know that farmers don't have a lot of good irrigation scheduling solutions available in their hands at the moment. So we want to provide them with a spectrum of solutions, from the sensors all the way to the apps.
And what we're looking at with this project here is basically the adoption rates, the hindrances to adoption, and talking with the agents and the farmers both via in-person and by surveys to kind of see how we can promote higher levels of adoption of this technology and irrigation scheduling, and if there's anything we can do or change kind of on our end to help increase those levels of adoption. We have a very large faculty base for this team, very multidisciplinary, and we're obviously working with a lot of agents here, and collaborating with them very regularly. And we've also pulled a lot of farmers in on this also to kind of show what we can do when we work across a multidisciplinary team.
We constantly interact with our agents on this project through the growing season and even beyond, and we're excited that they were willing to maybe go out of their comfort zone and work with us.
Collaboration kind of helps you see the point of view of several different people, and it opens your eyes to something you may not have thought about before. So it gives you multiple right answers for a question, and it gets you to thinking about all the possibilities there are.
So the Centers for Disease Control actually offered grants to land-grant universities and colleges where there were communities that had obesity rates of over 40%. And in Georgia, Taliaferro County and Calhoun were identified as targeted communities because of high obesity rates.
We had to make them aware of it first. We shared the information, what CDC shared with us about the obesity rate. And we did a survey of the county. And we asked them, how do they get their food? Where do they get their food from? There's not a grocery store here.
For Taliaferro County, not just Crawfordville itself, but including Sharon and some of the other areas around, they need that exposure to healthier options.
So Healthier Together Taliaferro is a collaborative project between the University of Georgia and the College of Public Health. The first part of the project was working with the J.W. Fannin Institute for Leadership Development and community stakeholders, both elected officials, people who are interested and involved with nutrition, health, wellness, community volunteers, and trying to identify people that could build a strong community collaborative so that we could have a coalition to identify resources that were already in existence. We've just opened a 1-acre community garden in Sharon, Georgia, which has a lot of potential to provide not only an opportunity for individuals to have a raised bed of their own, but also to have plant-a-row type projects that would be open to the community.
This evening we're doing our awards program. We have a Talifer walking challenge. We gave the community petameters, and we're to keep up with their steps. And so this is the end of it tonight. We're here tonight to celebrate that.
We've also been working with our school systems to enhance our 4-H and youth education, and it's been real exciting to see how willing they've been to support our health education.
It's about starting small. Starting with the school and getting initiatives started here with 4-H, and then now taking it to the next step to Healthier Together Tolliver, and then involving more of the community and bringing people in from Sharon and the people from Crawfordville. So I think starting those small steps makes it easier to get people to buy in.
I think in any small community you need to pull as many groups as you can together, with the University Extension program coming in and helping us, and then we work with the Tolliver County Family Connection through the commissioners and other groups, our churches. If small communities can do so much if they will all pull together.
So we are excited about the lessons that we've learned through this project, and we hope that we can take some of those lessons and create models that we can share throughout Extension to make the healthy choice, the easy choice in all communities throughout Georgia.
So we hadn't had a 4-H club in the northern part of Fulton County for at least a decade, if not more. And there was a lot of interest from alumni and families in this area of having a 4-H club.
We just knew from our friends around the state who are involved in 4-H what a great program it is, and we wanted it here in Atlanta. And we talked to some people over the years about doing it, but there wasn't exactly the right space for it.
Through a meeting that happened by chance at National 4-H Congress between SHEFFIELD HALE, the CEO here at the Atlanta History Center, and Sheldon Hammond, they started talking about 4-H and how 4-H needs a bigger presence in the urban areas.
We started talking about how do we get 4-H here, and what we really needed was a position, and we talked to them about, so we'd be happy to provide the space.
The Atlanta History Center had made the offer of having space, actually having office space here, and then later made the promise to help fund that agent position through collaborative funding. So one of the new partnerships we've been able to get started is our partnership with Farm Chastain. Our Fulton Fresh 4-H Club meets there once a month, and that is being supported also by our North Fulton Master Gardeners. Rosie Davidson is one of our Master Gardeners in the county. She's been teaching and leading our classes there as part of the Fulton Fresh 4-H Club. So the kids have been able to go through the farm, taste all of the vegetables and herbs that are growing, learn about gardening and farming. We've also hosted 4-H yoga for kids at the farm and how to create healthy snacks. Not only are we engaging a new partner in Farm Chastain and Chastain Park, but we've been able to re-engage our North Fulton Master Gardeners who haven't really had a 4-H program to volunteer for in the past. So it's been a great way to connect a really dedicated group of volunteers that already existed, that were passionate about UGA Extension, and engage them in a new way with our youth.
In Atlanta, you think that there's so many opportunities. How could you possibly need another organization? But 4-H fills a unique niche.
We're hoping that this partnership is a catalyst to expand to other organizations, other neighborhoods, other cities here in Fulton County.
It's worked out extremely well, and I'm looking forward to a long partnership. One that this is just the beginning. You know, the craziness has just begun.
You had soybeans and cotton tolerant to a herbicide called dicamba. The herbicide is not new at all. In fact, it's older than I am. But the system is new for cotton and soybeans, where you can actually go in the crop, over top the crop, as long as it's tolerant to this herbicide, and you can use that herbicide. So it's a new tool.
This technology was very exciting news to particularly our cotton and soybean producers. They have battled with glyphosate-resistant weeds for a long time, in particular Palmer amaranth or pigweed. Fortunately, Dr. Stanley Culpepper came to us and just wanted to make sure we understood just how serious it was going to be using these auxin herbicides in crop when temperatures, other conditions are favorable for drift or off-target movement of these materials.
We were excited about the new technology, but we were concerned because so many of our fields are bordered with yards and pecan trees, blueberries, you know, other crops that's very sensitive to this technology.
He convinced us that it was very serious and we needed to consider doing things on a regulatory basis to make sure that we didn't have problems here in Georgia, and that's kind of how the training discussion started.
The dicamba trainings that we went to during the winter, I mean, they were very beneficial for the new technology that was coming.
The whole plan that Dr. Culpepper came up with, where we have the classroom training and then we have the one-on-one training, is very, very critical.
The one-on-one trainings were, of course, something new. It gave us an opportunity to connect with and work with some producers and see some folks we don't or may not for some reason see throughout the season. But it also allowed us to reestablish a connection with those folks.
The second part of it was the on-farm training by my local county agent. And with him coming out to our farm and being there with my employees in an open atmosphere where they could ask questions and interact with the county agent, I thought was a win-win.
We were ahead of the game. We had the right people there, Dr. Culpepper and certainly others, the county agents that all do a fabulous job. We feel like we have good people on staff here at the Department of Agriculture, and we can all say that it was very successful here in Georgia, and we hope to continue that success.
Adolescence is a time when young people are trying to figure out who they are. Relationships and their role in relationships is part of that development. And so the models for healthy relationships are lacking for many at-risk youth across Georgia.
I don't know if you agree with me, but I remember when I was younger, we didn't have Facebook and we had to do more talking.
Relationship Smarts is a research-based curriculum that provides healthy relationship information through hands-on activities and information through a series of classes.
We've been real fortunate to have amazing agents, both 4-H and family consumer science agents across the state offering this program to young people.
So in order to get an overall buy-in from the community, especially here in Morgan County, we have a very well-established 4-H and youth program. And so the importance of me as the Family Consumer Science Extension agent collaborating with them really just, they've paved the way. So for me to be able to kind of jump in on those collaborations that they've already established made it very simple for me to contact the Boys and Girls Club and say, here's an opportunity for us to come and deliver this grant, related education program to them.
It's a great opportunity for Extension because the collaborations we're creating with schools, with community agencies, with the Division of Family and Children's Services, these partners are able to see what Extension has to offer, and we have a lot to offer. So these young people aren't just going to get relationship smarts. Our goal is to expose them to other resources, other great programs that Extension has available in their communities. With this grant, we're able to provide scholarships to graduates from the Relationship Smarts program to attend a camp this summer where they can interact with other young people, be exposed to more opportunities to promote their development, and hopefully join 4-H and be continued members and contributors and participants in 4-H programming.
It's all about working together. It hits here first, it starts here, and it's all about communicating and partnering with other organizations.